hello, and welcome, and we finally made it. We're here, we made it. This is the moment that we've been waiting for. I mean, ever since that the anime was announced way back earlier in the year, what I've been wanting to see the most was this moment right here. We got to it. Anybody who's also a manga reader has been waiting for this moment all this long. It's so good. Yeah, man, we made it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is it. This is what everything's been building up to. Because from here on out, anything can happen. Anything. This is 100 girlfriends. Like, we've been seeing the formula so far, but you thought Kasuri was breaking the mold. She is, but oh man, we've got the zing, the legendary zing. This isn't just a zing between Rentaro and Hahari. This is a zing that lets you know that anything is possible in this series. You shouldn't be expecting any of it because it will take you for the wildest ride. Alright, taking it down a notch, we begin this episode with Rentaro and everyone else fairly easily sneaking over the fence to get in. Now, I don't think Nano has any pets, but am I glad that she doesn't, seeing how the only thing holding her back from taking Hakuri's out is the fact that everyone stops her and she wouldn't want to make Hakuri upset. But what I love about the Hakuri rescue arc is that every one of the girlfriends contributes. Nano using her efficiency to unlock the door from outside, Kasuri's drugs coming in handy, Kurane's strength, and we have the next casualty in this series as Shizuka has died. But her sacrifice is not in vain. Make sure to press F for Shizuka, everyone. Now, with Shizuka's sacrifice, there were actually more comments that the girlfriends had about her being weak in the manga. It seemed a bit abrupt in the anime, but maybe it was a translation choice or a cut for time. Either works. There's also another Doraemon reference right before too with Kasuri's drugs. And with all the contributions from each of the girlfriends, I love how they show how much they care for Hakuri. It's not just they the same boyfriend, they all genuinely care for one another and want to save her. And then we come to the Mission Impossible moment, and this is actually where the two chapters break, with Rentaro outright saying that it's impossible for Tom Cruise. When Kurane and Rentaro are shuffling over the infrared lasers, the music being played is like a royalty-free sounding version of the Mission Impossible theme. Man, I love this show. But I think Kurane loves belly rubs more. Also, we get the first instance of Nano glitching out and Shizuka trying to save her. And when Rentaro is putting the eye drops in, there's actually a fourth wall break here that was cut. Also, we get to the part where earlier I had said that I thought they would reference the overseas lab Kasuri wanted to join, and here's a moment with her using the drug she would have submitted to help save Hakuri instead. But now with this Sharingan activated, Rentaro looks so damn cool. Even though they cleared the lasers and made it to Hakuri's room, the alarm still went off and were seized by the guards and brought to Hakuri's mother. Hakuri was so close to reuniting with the others, yet they're taken away too soon. Also, something I noticed was that Hakuri refers to her mother as Oka-sama, and I thought usually mothers are referred to as Oka-san, so Hakuri using the sama honorific. The way that I'm interpreting this is that Hakuri does see her mother as being royalty, and that fits with how wealthy and powerful she is. Now, I don't speak Japanese, so please take that with a grain of salt. That's just me using my copious amounts of time spent watching anime, for hopefully having learned something at this point. With Rentaro and Kurane confronting Hakuri's mother, we get to learn her name, Hahari Hanazono. Rentaro can try being upfront about his love to Hakuri, but Hahari isn't buying it, since now we get to see her backstory. She had Hakuri at only 13, just like Carol Olston's mom from Tomo-chan is a Girl. Man, is it weird that I immediately thought of another anime that did this? Anyway, in the case of Hahari, her beloved was someone dying, and so through artificial insemination, she had Hakuri. Hahari knows that her daughter is just like her and wouldn't have been treated fairly by someone 5-timing her. Now, we the audience know Rentaro and his boundless love, but Hahari wouldn't have known that. Imagine you're a single mother and your daughter tells you that her boyfriend has 4 other girlfriends. How do you think you'd feel? It only makes sense. But due to the tragic backstory, Rentaro cries out the eye drops and locks eyes with Hahari, and we get the greatest moment in anime history. Hahari Zing really is the biggest moment of this entire series. Until now, we've only had one girlfriend who wasn't in the same class as Rentaro, and that's Kasuri, who's still a high schooler. From here on out, any female character can zing with Rentaro. Just keep that in mind. All they need to do is lock eyes with him. And Hatori isn't a high schooler. She's 29. She's a full adult and extraordinarily wealthy too. You'd think she'd hold her ground, but nope. It's those Hanazono genes. Also, I'm 29 as well, so none of y'all better be calling Hatori old. But where do we go from here? Yes, Hatori just zinged with Rentaro, but we're not out of the woods yet. We still need to rescue Hatori. Will Hatori date Rentaro and become his girlfriend? Gonna have to keep watching to find out. Man, what an episode. I was so excited for this one, and it did not disappoint. I love 100 Girlfriends, and if you want to follow along with the manga, this episode fully adapts chapters 16 and 17. It ends with the very beginning of chapter 18, which is honestly what I was hoping for. This ended at the perfect moment, but just wait till next week's episode to read further the manga if you're following along. Hatori's zing is the equivalent for this series as reaching Aaron's basement. The true 100 Girlfriends begins here. Rentaro has to keep moving forward until his enemies become girlfriends. And speaking of which, I recently ranked every episode of Attack on Titan. Now, technically the ranking isn't finished as I got all the way up to what I'd rank as the 11th best episode, but that's also because I wanted to make a separate video for the top 10. The making of these 100 Girlfriends videos doesn't impact my other videos. I can get these out much quicker, and I'm hoping to have the top 10 Attack on Titan episodes video out soon. I want to make sure it's the best video I can make for it. And for a question or thought at the end of the video as I've been doing these, how did you react to Hatori's zing? I seriously got up and cheered. I thought about recording it, but that isn't really the kind of content I make, so I'm interested in seeing how others reacted. And if you're anime only, where do you think the anime will go from here? Anywho, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more 100 Girlfriends, Attack on Titan rankings, and other anime content. The next 100 Girlfriends episode review may be delayed slightly while I work on the Attack on Titan ranking, but it will be out in a timely manner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.